Hey, what's going on, guys? Your boy Chosen Mighty here, and today we're going to be... Oh, God, I can't even talk. What a way to start.
Take two.
Dude, what episode is this? This is episode 5, isn't it?
Believe.
Wow. Okay, let me just say this. On episode 10, we were going to do something awesome. Like, what if we had 10 guests? No, I'm just kidding. But I want to thank you guys for coming out to episode 5 of the GODPOD. Today we have T-Slayers. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Thomas.
Hello, everybody.
He just got done streaming. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to
No,
talk. Go
ahead,
ahead, dude. No, go ahead.
I was saying, Pokemon Go live streamer, small-time YouTuber getting bigger, as we
Pokemon I can't talk. I'm just going to have to give up. Anyway, we've got a ton of different topics that we're going to talk about today. And as you can see by the title of the video, we're going to talk about our top 10 games of all time over our entire lives. Now, just disclaimer for everyone who's coming to this video and going to stem and they're going to be like, oh, this is all clickbait. Well, let's go ahead and get some disclaimers out of the way. They're going to be our top 10 favorite games of all time. Now, that's not going to be looking at everything objectively. It's going to be the ones that had the most influence on us as kids and all that. But we're not going to do that first. We've got some other things to talk about. The first thing we're going to talk about is the Fortnite update. If you guys haven't heard about it, Thomas is going to break down the details for you.
Yes, so Fortnite has been pressured by Apex Legends.
That's for sure.
I mean, wow. I think over 10 million people has played Apex Legends from, I think it came out, this is probably, I think about last Monday. Over 10 million people have already played it.
Oh my God, it's only been out since Monday?
Yeah,
I hadn't even thought about that.
Yes.
That's broken.
Yeah, and
Didn't it get like 8 million downloads on the first day?
Yeah,
and they handled all those
day.
people on those
Yeah,
servers
and
too.
the
It was
servers
amazing.
did not crash at all. And they said they're going to be doing cross console, so PS4, Xbox One, and PC people can play in the future, but it's not going to be anytime soon. But they said in the future. So Fortnite has come under fire because all those players have went from Fortnite to Apex.
I know that Ninja even started uploading videos on his channel of Apex.
Yes.
So,
and they just been everybody's just been playing that game because it is hot fire right now. And Fortnite is like, everybody left, so we need to make some changes here. So they went ahead and fixed a lot of problems that everybody was complaining about, and they made it where airplanes cannot go through buildings. That's good. That's good because we all hated that during everybody's building and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, here comes a plane dropping 4 people, and you get Swanton bombed, and you just die in 10 seconds.
By the way, if you don't know what a Swanton is, I'll put a Swanton link down below. It's what I do at the trampoline parks. All times at trampoline parks, that's what I do. But go ahead, buddy.
That's a very popular word that people use in the Fortnite community. Swanton bomb, they just jump in on top of people. So, yeah, and then the cap of your wood, steel, brick, all your resources is not 1,000 no more. It's 500. And that means, guess what? You can't just spam build and just build yourself out of a battle because you're going to be using all your materials really fast now. And then it's going to be boots on ground. So if you go ahead and just try to defend yourself so many times, you're going to run out of wood in probably 30 seconds. If you're
I know that was my biggest critique of Fortnite for the longest time is that, luckily they did add the boombox in. But anything that's anti-building in that game, I'm cool with. Now, don't get me wrong. Building is, a unique aspect that they added. But it kind of takes away from, the actual, the gunplay of the game. I think that's where you should focus. If it's a shooter, you should focus on that more than, let's say, the building. Now, don't get me wrong. I like the building. I think it's cool. I think it's something that's different for sure. But this update has really helped me, and I've even told some of my friends, is that, as you guys know, Noah hates Fortnite. But I think he's actually coming around to it.
Yeah, and what an awesome way when you say you're in the middle of a gunfight. This makes people want to go gun blazing more now. Is that when you kill somebody, you get 50 either health or shield points to your character. So if you're if you're wounded, you just go out there and get in a fight. You'll get your health just regained up to 100%. Easy.
Exactly, and we were even talking about this earlier. I think it was today. I could be wrong. But we were saying, you don't... Sometimes, if you're good enough, you don't even need to carry, heals at all. No shields, no heals. Yeah, just go out there and kill people.
Yeah, like I was saying, you can just get your inventory. If you're a pretty good shooter and a pretty good person that can kill people pretty quick, just get your inventory, just of 5
all
weapons.
Guns, yeah.
Five
guns.
weapons. You can have a bunch of... Now you can actually carry more grenades and more other types of weapons. So you can have, assault rifle, shotgun, grenade launcher, rocket launcher, just sniper rifle. You can put like just spam your whole inventory just with guns.
Dude, can you imagine the
every
squads of that?
Oh,
like
yeah.
just 4 people with all weapons, like no healing.
Spamming everything. It's like I can spam rockets or grenade launchers. You just walk in and just blast fools.
Now here's a question that I haven't really thought of. Okay, so if they down the person, right? Because
Yes.
you can put them in a down stage, but you can also thirst them. Who gets the 50%? All right, if you kill the dude, but your teammate actually thirsts him and kills him,
You know, I haven't.
who gets the actual
This
health
update
bonus?
is fresh, and I've played a handful of just solo games. I have not really played with nobody duos or squads. So I want to say maybe the person who eliminates, but I could be wrong. Sorry, I don't know this
and of course,
on my head right
yeah,
now.
and don't worry, because you guys are probably going to be seeing a video down in the description. If you guys want to go check it out, you can go look at the actual update
Right.
details for sure. But we thought that we would, at least share them with you guys.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't really know for sure. So if you down somebody, then I come up and finish them. Do I steal your health points? I don't know.
Yeah, that's
or
what I'm
maybe
thinking,
both
too.
of us get rewarded. I don't know, guys. I really don't know.
I hope you guys are ready for the troll videos where I steal everyone's kills and just thirst.
Logan, I need help. You just stole that kill. Yeah, you'll be hearing that a lot of streams probably.
Now, is there anything else that we're missing? Because we talked about the planes, did we?
We
We did
talked
talk about the planes.
planes.
So we talked about the planes. We talked about the 50% health and shield on kill regen.
The mats.
The mats. There's a mat cap, and they added the infantry rifle, which is
Yes.
god tier. If you guys,
Have you played with it yet?
I haven't played Fortnite yet since the update came out.
Guys, the M1 Grand is an amazing weapon. It really is. I played it. I had hands on it. Got some amazing kills on my crappy internet. And that was amazing. And I just want to say the bomb is about to drop because Season 8 Fortnite will be free if you do the 13 overtime challenges.
Which I haven't even looked at yet. So I have no idea what the challenges are. But don't worry, I'll be probably bringing a video to you on that for sure. And I'm actually going to go ahead and just leak it in this podcast. Might as well. Thomas gave me this idea a long time ago to just start uploading the actual challenges onto my channel. Now, I do look up these videos, and yeah, they would probably bring a lot of views, but I honestly just want to do it to help. Because I watch a ton of these videos, and they're just like rambling instead of actually get to the point, show me how to do it, and actually be a helpful guide.
Yep.
And that's what I want to bring to you guys for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I tell them, like, man, you can make an awesome video, short, get straight to the point, video of how to get these weekly challenges, and people watch it. Heck, I'll even probably watch it because I want to, like, find an easy way to do it. And, you can put, like, somewhere between 5 to 10 minute video, probably shorter than that. Just
Must hit 10 minutes. I'm now monetized, Thomas.
shameless plug. Music description down below for the last 3 or 4 minutes.
But I think that's everyone. I think that's pretty much everything on Fortnite
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
But it is cool that they, finally decided to mix things up. Because for the longest time, I thought Fortnite got stale. Now, don't get me wrong; they do update about every week, right?
Yep.
But the gameplay itself was just kind of like
It was
so repetitive. Like you just go in,
Yeah.
you either last to like 20 people are left and then die.
Yeah.
Or you win. But it's like and I'm saying this is for like if you're an average player, right? If you're not like Ninja or somebody else who goes in and wins like 20% of the games he gets in.
Yeah, the sweatiest of sweats just
Right.
walk in there. But yeah, they have made small changes. About every other week, they might tweak the map a little bit. They might tweak the guns. But when Apex Legends came out and a lot of people was jumping, to a new game because it's the freshest thing out, they was like, oh man, we don't know if we're going to get a lot of people buying Season 8. Well, we'll just give it out for free if you do these challenges, and just so that make you come back and grind to us, grind for free. Just like other games. Isn't that how Siege is as well?
Well, Siege is kind of different. Now, if you want to buy the year pass for Siege,
Right.
you can. And you can definitely pay to play. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong, you can do that. But you can actually buy your operators. If you guys aren't familiar with Siege, there are a ton of different operators they've added in over the years. Now, this game is like 4 years old, so if you haven't seen it, I've been posting peaks of the week. I've had 2 this week, so hashtag shameless plug, go check them out.
Yeah.
But I'll be posting more of those throughout the little bit because I've got a ton of footage. Trust me, it's like 45 gigs of footage that I have to go through. But you can buy operators on that game with the renown that you earn by winning games, and you even get renown by losing games. But you definitely get more. There's a bonus for if win games, which makes sense. So you can actually buy your operators with that, but you actually have to grind, which is what I'm sure a lot of players would like to do instead of use money for sure.
Exactly. And now with Fortnite, if you just do these, I actually looked at some of the challenges. Simple. It's like get 500 damage dealt with a pistol or assault rifle.
Cake.
Easy.
Yeah,
Okay.
easy.
Like who's not going to shoot
or
somebody?
an assault rifle. Like
Yeah.
no one's even looking at the pistols unless it's a 1 dig, of course,
Basically,
because those are god.
if you just play Fortnite normally, almost, you can get Season 8 for free. And the reason why I give out Season 8 for free is actually pretty smart, because once you get that Season 8, they're going to be like, people, as soon as they get it, they'll be, oh, I need to actually play this so I can unlock all the skins to 100.
Yeah, that's what Noah was saying. Like,
That's
he
smart.
said, I will play Fortnite if I get a god skin. And I said, well, this is your opportunity. You can grind and get your challenges done, and then you have Season 8, and I guarantee there will be at least one god skin.
Yep. And, there's going to be less spam building since all the materials got capped.
I know, that's such a thing. I love
mean,
that.
if you think about it, between all the materials, out of all three of them, that's 1,500 materials. You think that's a lot? Yeah, it is. But back in the day, that was 3,000. It just cut it in half.
Yeah, and each one of it's 10, right? You only use 10 out of those materials to build one thing, one
Yes.
structure. So that's like, I don't even want to, what is that, 300?
Yeah.
Is that right? Yes, that's
Yeah.
right, 300. 300 structures that you can build. So that's just like a spam. But now it's down to 150,
Yep.
which isn't as bad.
And another thing I actually forgot to tell you guys about, you know how you play Big Team Rumble?
Yes.
And you're like beating a tree down and stuff like that, getting its wood.
Oh, they increased the mats.
They increased,
didn't they?
They increased the mats. So on normal mode, that when you play, you will now be able to get mats faster. So you don't have to sit there and spam on trees forever and ever to get in a fight. You can get whatever you need mat wise and just go on.
Well, I like that because, okay, let's say that you actually get in a gunfight that's pretty intense, right? And you spam and use all your materials because you're used to doing that. Especially, and this is talking about in the first little bit of playing it.
Yes.
But you spam and use all your materials, and then they're all gone. Because you lose half of all the materials you used to have. But now you can just be like, okay, well, it's not going to be nearly as bad because usually no one really liked material grinding.
No.
I didn't like going out and like getting wood, but I did it. And usually I walk around Pleasant. That's usually where I land. God Pleasant.
Yep.
But I usually land Pleasant and just smack all the furniture, all the little bushes, all that stuff.
For the longest time, I know it sounds like everybody can make fun of me. For the longest time when I first started playing Fortnite, I would take down houses. And I would take down houses everywhere. And I'm like, man, I didn't get no mats hardly. And then, like, somebody was telling me, I think a random person on Fortnite, because I played like a random squad or something, they're like, why are you taking down that house for? You didn't get enough mats. Like, you need to go like tear down trees and stuff. I'm like, oh, it actually matters? And like, I did not even know. I was a newbie at the time at Fortnite.
Oh, yeah, I was too. I mean, I did the exact same thing. I was breaking down walls.
Yeah.
And then they were like, you get more materials from like actual
Like
stone
rock,
and
tree,
and stuff like that. And I was like, oh no, I had no idea.
I had no
started doing
idea
that.
either, so I felt really like a dummy. And so now I hardly ever tear down houses unless if I'm like in a gunfight inside of a house. I can probably defend myself a little bit. But yeah, thank God I've learned my ways on Fortnite.
Well, it's so funny. Like, honestly, if you go back to my first Fortnite videos and then you like watch me play now, it's like, oh my God, he was a complete shitter. But now it's like, okay, he's actually pretty decent at the game.
Yeah. I mean, at first I was just like Noah. I didn't like building. But, if you want to hang with the big boys, you need to learn how to build. And I just learned, I put it on Builder Pro. And and I told you about Builder Pro.
Yeah, I didn't even use Builder Pro until Thomas told me to. And I just started recently doing that.
And that was a game changer.
Oh, yeah, I'm such a better builder now.
I mean, it's just like for, L2, R2, and right trigger, right left trigger. It's just spamming. Wall steps, wall steps, wall steps. Easy.
Yeah, and it actually really helps with like the fluidity. Because when you're actually... Okay, let's say you're not using Builder Pro. That's how I used to play.
Yes.
And you have to sit there and switch through and go through all of them.
Yeah.
It's so much easier to just switch to building and you're falling, throw down a floor or throw down a ramp instead of switching through and you accidentally have a roof on and then you whiff and it goes above your head and then you die because of fall damage. So
yeah, I mean, Builder Pro made me so much better at the game. It kept me alive longer. Of course, that's what building does. It basically postpones your death.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only kind of defense is throwing up a wall. Like, oh, somebody spam shooting me? Wall. Just build a wall. Just take it, peek around the corner.
Get your little one by going, boys. Get your little one by. Sit there in a circle, spam walls around you, and a little ramp, and you're good to go. Regardless of what the fight is, that's the basics of Fortnite. Get your one by when you get shot. You've seen the John Wick memes.
Yep. And I like how the end game now, when you get to the last circle, the circle just doesn't sit there and get smaller and smaller. The circle moves.
Yeah.
Like, I know if anybody's played the game lately, yes, it's been out like that for a little bit. But that's good because it keeps people from not just standing in one spot. You actually got to go with the circle, and that causes a whole lot of people. I think their stats said like maybe under 5% of fights finish in with no circle at all. And there's thousands and thousands and thousands of fights in the game.
Oh yeah, because the servers are never dead.
Right.
So
yeah, so like if 5% everybody moves to that circle and everybody's just dying by just storm damage, just like the old way. Because used to you could like throw down.
Yeah,
a bunch
you
of
just
camps.
wait until it all gets down, and then you just sit there and you're healing with bandages the whole time.
It's a heal off, and nobody wants to lose a game to a heal off.
Right.
I mean, oh yeah, you spammed 4 campfires down and you're using a med kit. Ooh, good job you won that game.
There's somebody out there who does that every game.
Yeah. Oh, you got 2 kills and you just survived in a storm, a heal off from a storm. Okay, yeah, but I don't know. But
really, I think that all these updates are really good for Fortnite. They're all positive updates. Because it's kind of what we were talking about. It really shows how the free market can work sometimes, like how businesses can really attack each other. And it is. I personally enjoy seeing it because it creates competition. I mean, that's why when Apex dropped, everyone was talking about it, and then Fortnite's like, oh no, we're about to lose our spotlight, so we're gonna have to do something. Like the Marshmello thing was cool. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, besides it, being an artist or whatnot, it doesn't really add too much to the game. Like it was a one-time thing, limited time. Yeah, I didn't even see it. I saw it on YouTube afterwards. So
yeah, you was asleep the second time as well.
Yeah, I was.
I think
you
missed.
I was knocked out.
You missed both of it. But first time I woke up and I saw that it was happening live. I was watching Nick A30 on YouTube. Shameless plug, Nick A30. But he's a great Fortnite player. But I was like, I popped on his live stream and I'm like, why is Marshmello on Fortnite? And there was like a live concert, and I just caught the beginning of it. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, can I get on and enjoy this right now? And I tried to get on, and of course, the concert was over. But there's a recon, like the concert came back on about Encore. Yeah, I was looking for the word encore at 2 a.m. and I was involved in that one. And there was a 10-minute concert of him playing his music. I mean, it was really cool, and nobody could kill each other, and everybody was just in there having a fun time. Bouncing around, doing emotes, and just enjoying a concert. And I see in the future more concerts. I see more people getting involved with Fortnite. Now, since Fortnite has some competition, Fortnite's definitely going to
get some big names for sure.
Throwing at them billions of dollars that they've earned from all those skins, and they're going to be pushing out. I think Season 8 will be a winner for Fortnite because I think they're going to go out here and try to change the game again and trying to throw out whatever they can to catch people's eyes.
Well, I'm very interested to see because, well, first off, let me tell this story before I forget about it.
Oh, go ahead.
I was at Hangout Fest 2 years ago, and Marshmello was there, and I didn't get to see him because I think Marshmello was playing at the same time as 21 Pilots. So, I mean, what was I supposed to do?
Exactly, right.
But I didn't see that. But like you said, I do think it was kind of like a test, like a trial. They're going to say, okay, we're going to have this concert and see how it does. And it was actually kind of big,
Yeah.
Everyone enjoyed it. I didn't see any, hate against it. But who knows what they're going to do with it next? It honestly makes me think, who are they going to bring in next? Because they already did Marshmello. And they even made a skin. And you have the smacker or whatever?
The Marshmello.
I don't even know what it's called. I can't even think. What is it? The little pickaxe? You got the Marshmello pickaxe?
Yeah, for free. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You got it free?
Yeah.
How did you get it free?
I just done a quest.
What?
It was
only a quest?
It was a quest, yes.
It was a quest? I didn't know that.
Yes.
Big rip in the chat, please.
Sorry, guys. But yeah, it was a quest. You had just come out and hang out and you get free stuff. I think Fortnite's going to have... I think some of their skins is actually kind of a little bit lower priced than what they normally are. I think around 1,200 V-Bucks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's not like...
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not proud of it, but
yeah,
I did buy the Frostwing, so... And it was god tier. But
that is legendary.
Oh, it's amazing looking. And plus I got the new, what is that, the hidden skin or whatever?
Oh, yeah, it's the hidden... It's a secret skin after you do 60 weeks of...
the 60 weekly challenges?
Yes, 60 weekly challenges, yes.
And it's a god skin. It looks awesome with that. Oh, with
I actually got that earlier today. Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I went ahead and got that.
Did you get the dock thing?
No, I failed. I missed
dude!
I meant to actually get it Wednesday, and I forgot all about it.
There was a just so you guys know, there was a Dr. Disrespect like car themed glider,
like an old Ferrari. Like
oh
80s
yeah,
model.
it was actually it was dope, and it played like
Techno
80s.
music.
Yes, it was sick.
Well, so when it's the pool, it's like dun 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 dun, like it's playing Doc's music, and they low key put that in the game just because he's playing it. I mean.
Oh yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it's obvious. Yeah. I mean, did he buy it actually? Have you seen?
Oh yeah,
him
he
play
bought it.
it?
He
oh okay, he did.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's seen that because like once he's seen, he's like, "You guys put this in the game for me, didn't you?" And he's like, he gets close to me. He's like, I know what you're doing. Just because I'm playing this game for a couple days, you said, "Oh, let me put a 1980s Ferrari out there." Okay, you got me. Here's my V-Bucks.
Yeah, here you can have it this time.
Yeah. So he had to get it, of course.
Yeah. Now, that was good. That was a solid, dude.
That was.
When you think about it, that's a solid 20 minutes of us just talking about Fortnite.
Exactly. Hashtag shameless plug. Please sponsor either Trolls Almighty or
I'm a
T-Slayers.
Fortnite creator.
Yeah.
What was that thing that you said that if you were a Fortnite creator, you can actually get V-Bucks?
You actually, it shows your support to the Fortnite community on the home screen, or actually not the home screen, when you're at the, like when you're going to buy like skins and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. There's a little, I think it's called Content Creator Supporter Code, and you can like support Ninja or whoever else that's popular.
Me, sponsor me.
Sponsor Trolls Almighty.
Sponsor Trolls Almighty.
Exactly, but I think you gotta do something to get on the list. I don't know.
If we can get this video to trending,
if we can get,
I might be seen as a Fortnite content creator.
That's right. We need the likes, guys. Smash these likes so we can get Epic. Epic can look at him and say, "Oh, he's a Fortnite content creator."
I mean, Thomas, I did drop my first 20
I did see that, and I was in that video.
Yes, go check that out. Hashtag shameless plug. There we go.
Yes.
God, there's going to be so many. I can't wait to go through it and post and have to put all these links. But it's okay. I mean, I love doing it.
Oh, yeah. And,
by the way, before I do, don't sleep on the links down below. Check out the links in the description. Everything that we talk about is down in the links. Like anything that, basically, any topic is all chronologically done. Go check out the links below. They're really cool. I mean, you get a ton of information. Or, if you want something funny, I put some funny ones in there as well. I think I had a ton. Like, I had Big Chungus memes and Shaggy memes and AirPod memes in the last one. I mean, that was just some memes that I threw out there.
I loved it because, like, it's kind of funny because when the video comes out, I try not to look at the description first because it's like a spoiler warning.
Yeah, it like kind of tells you what you talk about.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't scroll down. But it's kind of funny, like, when you say, like, when you talk about something, I actually keep up with it, and I will click on the link as it's talking. YouTube Premium.
And isn't that cool?
Yes,
and it's awesome because like you're sitting there listening, and we're talking about that, and you can even look at like what we're talking about for real, at live time.
Yeah, at live time at whatever time convenient for you, and you can just back out and then go on and listen on and just click on the next link because we're talking about it, and your knowledge is right there, spot on.
And it's cool because a lot of the times, there are people that do podcasts or just in general, they talk about a ton of stuff. And usually, we talk about a ton of topics on here. It's not really topic restricted, Mm-hmm. And we've talked about space, science, all that stuff, and it's all backed up in the links. It's all backed up in facts. So you can go check all that stuff out on any of the GODPODs. Usually there's I think the lowest I've had, links-wise, is 16 links. Wow. And even that is like a ton of links that you could check out.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the first one because I was like, I want to do this. And then after that, I was just like, I'm going to start blowing up the links. Like, why not?
Yeah.
Because you get 5,000 characters you can put in your description.
Oh,
so,
I mean,
exactly. That's what I do with all the links.
Might as well make all 5,000, for links.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Now, my question is, what did we have to talk about next, Thomas? Because, I remembered without even looking at my paper, dude. Okay. I don't know how many of you guys have heard about this, and I'll probably put it down in the tags because clickbait. But Alex Jones and Joe Rogan are now, in some sort of war. It's really weird. I'll put the whole 37-minute clip down below of what Alex Jones actually came out and said. But just to give you some context, a long time ago, Joe Rogan and Alex Jones and Eddie Bravo had a podcast. And what's really funny is, Alex Jones is seen as a conspiracy theorist, right? Mm-hmm. Well, they did it on the 9/11 podcast. He made sure that it was on 9/11 just because, all the conspiracies. But anyway, right. He came out the other day, and it was I'd say probably a week, maybe a week and a half ago. I'm not really sure about the time frame, but you'll see it down below. And he said, "I'm coming after you. I declare war." He literally said, I want to cleanse you of me. That's what he said. Like, I showed Thomas a clip right before because he had no idea.
Yeah, I had no idea this was going on between them two.
Yeah, it's a really weird feud. And I watched Joe Rogan's response as well. And I'll have both of them down in the description, of course. And you can take what you want from it for sure. It's honestly, I look at it, I think it's just funny. So.
Oh yeah. I mean, I love Alex Jones.
Oh, I do. I
he's
think
so
he's hilarious.
Funny.
Oh, yeah.
The guy is so funny.
I mean, you can take him serious, but there's also that part of me that's just like, wow, this guy's great.
You gotta
'cause
admit,
he's so
like,
funny.
his content is hilarious. Like,
Turn the frickin' frogs gay.
I was about to say that. I mean, come on, the frogs.
Dude, have you seen the song they did the remix
yes.
to? Turn the frickin' frogs gay.
I love it. Link down below.
Yeah,
How
you gotta hear that song. It's a
yeah,
banger, dude.
That is a banger. I mean,
listen to that one on repeat.
Like, people who get mad at Alex Jones, like, do you guys, like, seriously take this guy super serious? I mean, I think he's out there, like, a lot of stuff is pretty spot on, but then a lot of it, you know, it's crazy, but it's all entertainment. I see it
as entertainment for sure.
That's
like, don't get me wrong, you can get your news.
Yeah.
News. But you watch PewDiePie, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
You watch Pew News.
Yeah.
And some people even see that as a news.
It is.
And that's what scares big networks, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Because internet personalities are now stealing the spotlight from them, and people are just going to them.
And
that's why they're saying fake news. Well, at least the big corporations.
Why do you think all the big people like New York Times,
Wall Street Journal?
Yeah, Wall Street
Journal came after PewDiePie.
Exactly,
why do you think they did?
To bring up because I mean, Pewds gets about the lowest views he's ever probably gotten in video lately is like 3 or 4 million. Oh no! I mean, he's getting like 5 to 12 million views off a video, even if it's about news. So that's a lot of eyes. That's a lot of attention
and money. If we're gonna be honest,
money, revenue, ding. But
that's why they're trying to demonetize him, honestly, because not only is he still in the spotlight, he's getting money, and he's able to put it all back into the research and all that stuff. And I'm not saying he does a ton of research, because, you know, I see him doing it almost from a satirical standpoint, where it's almost making fun of everything.
And he gives it enough it's very simplistic, and that's all we really need to know, because a lot of people don't care about, you know, like hardcore into-depth news. They just want to hear it from somebody who's average Joe and just tells it how just how it is and sets people straight. And that's what Pewds does. Yeah, and I
don't get me wrong, I love it. I haven't watched mainstream media in probably 6 months or so.
It's been
because I just watch all my news on the internet. Like, I don't have to turn on TV. Honestly, we've talked about this. The internet's the future, okay? All TV is going to go away, and this is the biggest sign that it is. Hulu, have you seen this? Yep. Hulu is now having their own TV where you can have basketball, football, all that stuff. I mean, what's the point of actually buying into cable? Right. You don't need it anymore.
I can see this now. That probably in around 10 years, it could be even earlier, but maybe around 10 years, like, satellite might be still around for certain people, but cable is going to go really bad. Like, right now, see, a lot of sports, a lot of shows, nobody's, the viewership is down all aboard. You could probably search this up, but viewership is down, and everybody's like, why is viewership down? Everybody's streaming it. Like Walking Dead and other shows, you can just watch it on, you can go ahead and record it on your DVR, or you can just go to Walking Dead, like AMC.com.
I have the AMC app.
Exactly.
That's how I watch The Walking Dead.
Like, it's really crazy. Like, this is what I do. If I'm home and I'm watching TV, it might be some live sports that's on. It might be a couple of shows. And that's about it. I don't really watch a whole lot of anything else. And if I had internet at my house, we probably wouldn't have satellite. We'd probably just have streaming apps. Because like PlayStation View, like I said, Hulu, you can have your own certain channels.
I forgot about PlayStation View. Even PlayStation View has their own, basically.
DirecTV actually has a thing. It's like it's an app, DirecTV Now, so you can have satellite channels, but it's like $40 a month.
Stream to a device.
And you don't have to have a satellite receivers, because like we pay like $5 or $10 for a satellite box. There's no more of that. Even satellite knows that the internet is the future.
Oh, yeah. I mean, no one would have thought the internet would have been this big. I mean, back when they first started it. But, man, has it blown up. And it's just crazy to see. I don't even want to think about what's going to be relevant in the future. Because, yeah, I know. Like, If you would have told us, and we say this all the time, but if you would have told us that you could stream any movie, any TV show, anything else, similar to that genre, media-wise, to your phone, and you can lay in your bed, or you could do it from an airplane, or you can do it from literally anywhere.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I would have said you could never have done that.
I mean, 10 years ago, I never even thought of what you just said. What you tell me? I'm looking at a phone or what's a tablet? What's a tablet?
Even the evolution of phones just shows how crazy technology has gotten. Because did we talk about the Motorola Razr?
I think you have.
I think we might have done this. We're going to try not to repeat topics here on the Trolls Almighty GODPOD. But, even that. Just look at the old Razr and now look at smartphones. Like, that is such a stark contrast.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy because I started with a LG NV2. If you guys want to look at that, we might have a link in the description.
Oh, there's definitely,
That was my first ever cell phone. And I got it when I was 19 years old. I know some people got phones earlier. You might have had a phone a little bit earlier, but you were a little bit younger, so...
Yeah, and phones were definitely more accessible then, too.
This was 2009 when I got my first cell phone. And I was so excited. Like, the phone bill was like $50 a month. I was like, oh, sweet, I got 450 minutes. Oh, look at this. Oh, nights and weekends. I don't know if you ever remember that policy. No. But, yeah. Oh, you don't remember that? Wow, guys, I am old. So 450 minutes. You had 450 minutes to talk to anybody. But nights and weekends after like 7 p.m.
It's free!
It's free. You can talk it up and everything.
That is awesome.
And text messages was unlimited. Back in the day, text messaging was like the popular thing. They're like, oh, I can text my friends, which everybody, texts now, of course, because that's normal. Because I think we've had a discussion privately that people text more than call, and we have lost the actual talking to somebody on the phone, because I know we talk on the phone quite a bit all the time.
Well, I'm guilty of that. Yeah. I've tried to work myself out of that, actually, because I do fear that our society in general is working towards just being antisocial. Yeah. They're all just going to be sucked into their own lives. It's almost like narcissistic in a way.
It is,
because everyone's like, I'm going to post this to social media so people can look at me.
Yep.
That's basically what it's become. And so I try to stray away from that as much as possible. I try to be as genuine as possible.
Yeah.
And I've actually tried, calling people more. I got to put the meme in this.
Okay, go ahead.
I made fun of this meme. I talked to Thomas about this earlier today. And it's the whole, if you guys have watched The Office, I'm an avid lover of The Office. I know that Dalton and Clayton are not, because we heard about that in the last podcast, shameless plug. But there's a meme in there, and if you guys are familiar with it, where Jim and Pam, let's say this. Pam is in New York for art school, right? Spoilers, by the way, in case you guys haven't watched it. But Pam is in New York for art school, and Jim is still working. And they have the world's tiniest I guess it's like a headphone earpiece.
Like a small AirPod.
Right. And it's basically AirPods, yeah. And you just put it in your ear, and then they talk. And me and Thomas have talked hours before while he's at work, so
usually we're brainstorming about YouTube ideas.
That's really what we do a lot. We're just sitting like, well, what can we do next?
Yeah.
Well, that's good though. At least it shows that we're trying to be creative and come up with new content, for sure.
Exactly. But yeah, just the future, even like you say, it gives caught in that
future.
you're a little bit younger, and younger generation has, you guys started texting and stuff, and a lot of people was just kind of stopped talking, and that's I'll text Logan for a little bit. I'm like, hey man, if we're going to talk, I just want to talk on the phone. I want to have a good old conversation, because that gets things done so much faster than besides texting back and forth.
Okay, now let's look at it from the other standpoint. Okay, so I would rather, if we're talking about efficiency of a conversation, right? Mm-hmm. Talking is way easier than typing, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on Siri picking up all your voice? Because everything in the future, at least I think, will be voice activated.
That's probably true.
Right. So, in a way, that's almost kind of scary to me, because that shows that they're always going to be listening. Don't worry. They always are listening right now anyway. But, Siri's listening. Because if you say, are you serious? Sometimes Siri will be like, ding, and come up, and you're like, well, that shows me that you're always listening to me.
I just threw the phone on the bed, by the way. I literally grabbed my phone.
Get rid of this glorified spyware.
Get it out of there. But, people kind of get worried a little bit about that. And I'm like, okay, well, if they are spying on me, I don't really say anything bad. But yeah, it's against my privacy and stuff like that. But I don't really have nothing to say too much. Now, if there's people going to be like listen to what we're saying, maybe might help out and get the bad guys, maybe?
Well, this is what the fear is from at least me and maybe some other people as well. Did you ever read 1984?
No.
It was a book. I think it was George Orwell. Could be wrong. The actual author will be down in the description. You'll see the actual book. Now, if I am wrong, I do apologize. Don't grill me in the comments. But the whole idea around it is that it's a tyrannical government, right? And I think it's based in America for sure. Now, I did read it, or at least I breezed through it. But the whole idea is that, at least what I think is going to happen, is that the government will eventually, and who knows if they're already doing it, but the government's going to use that. And once they take power, it's going to be authoritarian. And if you say anything against the government, they're going to come after you, and you can't have any criticism of the government and forgive free speech and all that stuff. So I think that's really what the main fear of it is.
Yeah,
in general.
There's not going to be like no more jokes.
Oh, there's no privacy.
Yeah,
you're going to have to sit there, and I know I bring up Bill Burr a lot, but I'll put it down in the description. He talks about how he would become a dictator if he actually did, and how he would help population control. I'll put that down in the description. It's hilarious. I won't spoil it for you guys either because it's just so funny. But let's say that does happen. That's a real fear.
Oh yeah, I mean, people can just like, oh, he's making fun of the president. SWAT team jumps through the windows or whatever. Or anybody can like, oh no, you can't say this. You're going to have to go to jail.
Well, what's cool about the book is that it was written before 1984, all right? And it was supposed to be an actual prediction of what the United States could be if they were taken over. And it's really, it's kind of spot on, because this guy actually, the guy who wrote the book actually did fight Nazis, believe it or not.
Wow.
So yeah, he actually went and fought in the war and came back.
So he's already
wrote the book.
So he's already went through some hard times back in the day.
Yeah, so he knows what actual like authoritarianism is like. So yeah, and he's that whole book is basically, trying to show what could possibly become of America if we're not careful.
Yeah,
or basically the world, because it's even scarier that they took the news, right, and they just rewrote the news, rewrote history. The whole MW2 meme. History is the victor, or written by the victor. Well, it's true because they took over and then they just rewrote everything. And then it's just propaganda. And they just spit out they spit out what they wanted the public to know.
That's scary.
Yes, imagine if that's happening right now.
I mean,
dun dun dun.
I mean, there's so much like on the news of like fake news, all this other stuff, and sometimes you're like, well, who do I believe? And I guess just the normal public that really doesn't really follow news too much, and definitely this younger generation, like the last presidential elect stuff, like our young generation, God, they got all tore up about like Trump versus Hillary and all this other stuff. Like everybody was just in a whirlwind, and like news was saying this and that about somebody, and then people were just going back and forth. Because nobody didn't know who really to believe and all this other stuff, and then people were trying to, correct the wrong and tell them what is actually right, and a lot of people don't believe, just what people have been saying. I don't know. It's just crazy, man.
Well, I think it's honestly scary as someone who tries to stay. Like I personally try to stay informed about politics, literally about everything, right?
Yeah.
And you can have your own views. I don't care what your views are. It's America. You have the right to your own opinion.
Right.
But I try to stay informed, and I'm scared that a lot of people are voters that are uninformed.
Exactly.
Like they don't really look up. They're not really voting based on information and policy and all that stuff. They're just voting based on look or
or what people are saying.
Right. Rumor and all that stuff.
Everybody hates this one person. Let's vote against them just to do it.
Yeah.
Like you should actually look in depth between who you want to go vote for and just go by your gut instinct of what you actually think about this person. Just do a bit of the
you should definitely do
facts,
like
research.
You're contributing to society by voting, right?
Yeah.
So you should 100% care about your vote.
Exactly.
And you should care about who you're voting for and all that stuff. And everyone says, "Oh, your votes don't matter," but they really do. When it comes down to it, you're also a vote, a singular vote, and what you saw in the George Bush and who was it? Al Gore, I think. Al Gore election when it came down to Florida and they had to do the recount.
Yeah.
So I mean that just that proves that votes matter. You if you're gonna vote, go out and vote.
Yeah, I mean every vote does matter. I mean it's not just some people just saying that. It actually does mean that. Like, just go out there like when an election comes back around, just make sure everybody votes and just everybody does your research.
Speaking of voting, Thomas, I think it's time that we vote on our top 10 favorite games of all time. Now, I know. If you guys are still around, thank you for sticking around. And I might even put a timestamp for when we actually get to the top 10. Just because we're about, what? I think that's about, what, 40 minutes in or so?
Yeah.
40 minutes in. And let's go ahead and just get on into it.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is base it on, like I said before, we're going to base it on the games that had the most impact in our lives personally. So we have our own personal top 10 list. And would you like to go first? Or would you like me to go first?
Let's see. Do you want to do like...
Or we could do it at the same time.
Yeah.
10, and we'll just... Okay,
yeah,
so what we're going to do...
alternate.
Right, that's exactly what we'll do. We'll alternate it. And we'll start at 10 and just work our way up. Or down, depending on how you look
If
at it.
you want to, I'll let you go ahead and get the first swing out of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you agree, but I hope a Watch Mojo come at. Have you know the Watch Mojo things?
Yes.
It's like, did you disagree with our list? Be sure to tell.
Please comment down below.
Yes.
Actually, really, please do comment down below.
Yeah, we do want to know what you guys think, for sure. So,
and what is your top 10 list?
Yes, let us know what your top 10 list is for sure. So, let's go ahead and get started. Now, we got our list here, and I'm going to start with my number 10. Top 10 favorite of all time. Now, my number 10 is Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Now, I know a lot of you are going to be like, what? That's coming out of nowhere. The reason I like that game so much is because it's an open world, right? You can go and you're riding on a pirate ship. Basically, for a majority of the game, you can go around to any point you want. There's harpooning. You can do a ton of different stuff. Like, it really was the first Assassin's Creed game that I fell in love with. Now, I know that there was the SEO collection, and that's really the most memorable ones from Assassin's Creed. But I personally didn't play those. So when I first came into Assassin's Creed, that was the one that I played, and it was just... It just took my breath away. I loved almost every aspect of the game.
Yeah, that was one of the first games I got from a new gen console, and it showed the graphics power, and it was amazing.
It wasn't like the first Assassin's Creed that was actually cross console on both,
yes,
right?
Yes.
So,
but I played. I'm sure you played on.
I played it on PS3, and then I got it on PS4.
Oh, did you?
Sure.
Okay,
right. I played it on PS3
so
first, right? And even the videos. Wow, this is gonna be a hashtag shameless plug from the past. I did some Assassin's Creed videos back in the day on PS3 before I had even had a PS4, and I'll put those in the description. And it's just like multiplayer, because the multiplayer was even different. A lot of people didn't like it. I know that Noah didn't like it, but I personally enjoyed it.
I liked it.
Okay, so let's hear yours, dude.
So, this game is newish, but
God.
I went ahead and say it here because it has changed my life. Because
Oh God, is it Fortnite? Is it Fortnite?
Maybe. I went ahead and get Fortnite out there.
Hey, that's fine, dude.
Because, tell me this game deserves to be on the list. The reason why I say this is because the game is on every console, and it has brought every console down to its knees to make it cross-platform.
Now, I have heard that, but I also heard, and this is true, Rocket League did it first.
That is true.
I didn't realize that when I first bought it, but Rocket League did do it first.
Rocket League, I don't know.
Rocket League didn't do it to nearly the scale that Fortnite did, though.
Exactly.
To be fair, yeah.
But I don't know. Did Rocket League come down to let PS4 and Xbox people play together?
No, that's true.
See?
That's fair enough because you can only play.
That's what I think
you can only play PS4 and PC cross console.
And Xbox. I mean, not Xbox. Fortnite made Sony finally break down and say, "Hey, Sony, stop being little bitty buttholes and just put everybody together." And Sony's like, "Fine, dude.
Okay, fine.
Fine. Oh, we'll go play with the other consoles." But then it's funny because Sony's like, "Oh, it's cross-platform," but like Sony's thing, like I guess they're saying is like, is the best place to play is on PlayStation.
Right.
So that was their kind of like little smart aleck, like, oh, well, it's cross-platform, but PlayStation is the best place to play.
Than you,
yeah,
please.
They're like, everybody's like, okay, well, thanks for coming to the party, jerk.
Yeah.
Like Sony's coming there with their like aviator glasses, like all cool, like, yeah, we're here to the party now.
Straight up frat boy.
So, here we go. Yeah, we're like
frat frat
the PS4
boy.
is the best console of the selling
Nothing
generation.
against frat boys, by the way. I can't talk.
Sorry, Brad and Chad. But yeah, so Fortnite's going to be mine because it just brought everybody together, and we can play on any device with our account.
It's hard to argue against that.
I mean, it's crazy that a top 10 list game like that has no story. No story.
Yeah, it has no campaign. And I'm usually all for campaigns. I love plotting all that stuff.
I love campaigns.
But, I mean, if we're talking about revolutionizing the gaming community, yes, 100%.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll go ahead and let you go down to
all right, let's move
9.
on to number 9. Because it looks like we've only got about 15 minutes or so left.
Yeah,
so
that's a good
we'll
time.
try to keep it moving. That
Yeah,
way we keep it about to an hour. And that way we're not sitting here for 2 hours talking about the games we love. But let's go ahead and move on to number 9. Now, my number 9 has got to be the Battlefield franchise. I'm just going to include all Battlefield games in this one because I played them all basically, and I loved about every single one of them. I mean, it's hard not to love them because it's it's the biggest multiplayer platform, really. Unless you're talking about battle royales. But I mean, if we're talking about like big maps, awesome graphics, it really, there's no comparison. Battlefield has it for sure.
Yeah, Battlefield has had great memories on me, and I'm actually more of a Battlefield person than COD. I am.
Oh yeah, now for sure.
Yeah.
I used to be a big COD guy, but after the past few CODs, I'm just like, oh man, if I'm gonna look at something awesome, I'm gonna go.
Like I like Battlefield because it seems like I get more kills on Battlefield than I do COD, just because.
Well, I mean, it's like an hour-long match anyway.
And plus, it ain't like I love bullet drop.
Yes.
I love because I can tell I
dude.
can almost tell when that bullet's going to hit somebody from many meters away, and I can just aim it up a little bit higher, shoot it, and then like 3 seconds later, headshot, bam! I love it.
Dude.
Like COD, you can't really do that much.
Bad Company 2, right?
Yes.
First Battlefield I ever played, and the sniping on that game was perfect. If you're listening, guys, go back to your old mechanics. They were god tier. I loved that sniping, and they were one-shot snipers too. It's not like the new ones where you have to shoot them 4 times to kill them. It's one tap every time, basically.
I actually downloaded that game back on my Xbox One. It's backwards compatible, and it looks so. good.
Dude, I bet it's awesome.
And I played it about a couple weeks ago, and there's people still playing online. It's backwards compatible, so you got
sick.
You got the 360 Xbox One people just playing it all up. So yeah, that is an amazing game.
So
love the campaign.
Exactly. So there's Battlefield for me. Now what is yours?
So number 9 on my list. Some of my games are going to be a little bit older. So what I loved about number 9, growing up, about 5 years old, playing Duke Nukem.
Oh man,
I don't know if you know anything about Duke Nukem.
I know of Duke Nukem. Yes.
Anybody that's around my age group, close to 30, knows Duke Nukem.
Exactly.
Because Duke Nukem was one of the first shooters that had a lot of violence. Some sexual content was in there. Hey, exactly. Like you would go up to a stripper and throw money at her, and like
hell yeah,
and she would flash herself. And I was just like, what is going on here? I am 5 years old. This is crazy. And
that's amazing.
Mom and Dad don't know this, but thanks to my brother, he's a little bit older than me, so that's how I got to play it. So yeah, and that game made me have a fear of underwater levels. They creeped me out because they were just, if anybody's played Duke Nukem, I know you have a link in there in the description.
Yeah, I'll have a link for sure.
And there's these creepy, like big giant brain monsters that were underwater, and they made the creepiest sounds. Oh my god, and that scared me. I'm 5 years old, of course.
Right.
So it scared the crap out of me, and I was scared of underwater levels, and I'm still kind of wigged out of being underwater on games. It's just a memory I've had.
Exactly.
But yeah, that is my number 9. Is that try to keep it short.
Right. Well, I don't know much about Duke Nukem, but like I said, there'll be a link in the description.
Oh wait, one more thing. There's a DLC on that game. It's like the presidential DLC where you go to the White House and fight off monsters.
Oh, that's sick.
And everybody,
Division 2.
and everybody, hold on, everybody needs to play it because basically Bill Clinton is in the game.
Oh my God, really?
Yes.
Oh, that's hilarious. There will 100% be a clip of that.
I believe there is maybe, I can't remember about the jokes, but I think there's like a Monica Lewinsky joke in there. I cannot remember. I just remembered, and that was so funny.
That's great.
As me saying that as 5 years old. So yes.
So Duke Nukem. Yes. All right. So there's our top, the bottom two. The bottom two.
Yep.
Number 9. So let's go ahead and move on to number 8. And this one's definitely going to be kind of off the wall. I know a lot of people won't agree with this one, but for me, it's definitely got to be Jurassic World, the game. I played this on it's an app game. If you guys haven't played it. Rip to my actual park, but I'll be doing a video on that soon. I've tried to figure out how I was going to do that, and I think I've come up with a few different ways. But Jurassic World, the game, awesome game. You guys should download it for sure. If you like anything to do with Jurassic World or any Jurassic Park franchise, you'll love the game. It's awesome, and I'll even put some background gameplay into it as well. But great game. You guys should check it out. App game, free. Do it. It's awesome. Loved it.
His videos are amazing.
I was stacked on that game, just so you know.
He was God. God plays, definitely for sure. So that was your number 8.
So that's not my 8. So what's yours?
Okay, so my number 8 is going to be the Infamous series. I'm going to use a series just like you did Battlefield.
Yes.
So Infamous was a great game for the PS3. 1 and 2 was on there. Then they made a new one. I can't remember actually the last name. Second Son? Okay.
That was the first PS4 one, I think, because I saw PewDiePie do a playthrough of that. It looked awesome. I haven't seen... I'm just going to be honest. I haven't seen a lot of the Infamous gameplay, but I did watch that playthrough, and I was like... my mouth was so open.
Is a banger. If anybody has not played that, they're really dirt cheap right now. Probably like way under $20. So if anybody has not played any Infamous game for PS3 or PS4, I think what's their online service? PS Now. Mm-hmm. You can stream it, download it to your console, and play it.
Yeah, and it's backwards compatible.
Yes, broken. Oh, it's so awesome. Good. So that's my game, and I'm trying to explain. I wish I remembered the plot from the first and second one. You basically get like some superpowers, and you're just go around fighting crime, and you're just cleaning the streets basically, and you just have these awesome skills that you just build up through your character, and you just like basically it is fighting crime. That's how it is.
But it's cool. Yeah, and I'm sure there's a great story behind it because it's
there is.
Yeah, because
Sorry,
Sony
I'm blank on that right now.
Yeah, Sony has like awesome storylines. Yeah. I mean, that's really their power move is the storylines and plot. But yeah, I can't wait to. Don't worry, I'll put a ton of the links in the description so you guys can go check out all these games for sure. Mm-hmm. All right, but that was your number 8, and it was also my number 8. So let's go ahead and move on to number 7. And my number 7 is gonna be kind of mainstream, of course. But it's going to be the Modern Warfare franchise. For sure. It's got to go on there for me. It was the first Call of Duty I ever played. Modern Warfare 2, loved it. And then I actually played Modern Warfare 2 before COD 4. So I played Modern Warfare 2, then went back to COD 4, and then I played MW3. And that was basically my channel for like years. Like I played that and GTA 5 and some Minecraft, and that was about it. But I loved the gameplay.
Oh, yeah.
And, don't get me wrong, I would love if they remastered it, but there's nothing like going back to an old console and be like, wow. Man, I miss it. Like, those were the days. So, I can't wait to play Spec Ops again when they remaster it because they're going to remaster it.
Exactly. Okay, so going to mine. Okay. Number 7.
Number correct? 7.
Okay. Now, this game you probably haven't really heard much of. Have you heard of any of the Command & Conquer games? It's RTS. It's a real-time strategy games.
Okay, so is it kind of similar to, like, Age of Empires?
Yes, identically, just like that.
Okay, then yes, I love that kind of game.
Oh, you love RTSs?
Oh, dude, I forgot a game that I have to put on there.
Well, you could read.
Okay, I'm going to do a bonus one later.
Bonus list.
Bonus list.
But Command & Conquer Red Alert 3. Hello, Cody, for listening to this later in the future. We love this game because it has co-op in it, and it has a lot of funny B-roll actors. Like, do you know who George Takei is? He used to play in Star Trek. Mm-mm. Okay, well, I'm sorry you don't know George Takei, but there's on the DLC there's Ric Flair. Everybody knows Ric Flair, the wrestler, of course. You know.
How do you not know Ric Flair, right?
There's a song Ric Flair drip, shameless plug. But I love RTSs because you can control people and attack other teams and groups like that.
It's like a game that you sit down and you play for like at least 30 minutes,
and it's a good strategy game.
Yeah.
It's basically showing who's better, like who can outbuild people's units and take you out. So I've played that game, or actually the whole franchise, since I was like 5.
I actually wanted to do Age of Empires because I love like the RTS idea, and it would be cool. But I don't really have anything I can play like on PC because, my PC is crap. It's so slow, but it's because I've had it for like years. It's the one I've been using to edit like a ton of videos.
But that's short and sweet RTS game, so there we go ahead and go on to the next one.
So number 6, we're almost at the halfway point, ladies and gentlemen, and my number 6 is going to be Guitar Hero. Because that was actually the first game I ever played, ever.
What?
Yes.
A
first game, let's say it like this. First game I ever played on console. Okay.
Wow.
That was the first game I ever played, and my friends, Dalton, I mean, you guys have seen them on the channel for sure. We played that all the time, and I saw it when I was in 5th grade, and we even had we had days where it was like a free day towards the end of the school year, right? And we bring our PlayStation 2s in, and we just sit there and just grind on Guitar Hero, and that's all we would do, and that's how we spent our day, and I loved it.
Right. So, going on to my number 6, we have here is Spyro the Dragon.
Oh, good old Spyro.
Yep, short and simple and sweet. I'm sure everybody knows about Spyro the Dragon.
I mean, these are classics.
So, you're a dragon. You're going around saving the universe. But I'm going to keep it short and sweet so we can keep us moving on.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay if we go over the hour mark. But, I want to keep it to where it's not too long.
Okay.
Okay, so that was number 6.
Yep.
Easy, cake.
Yep.
But let's go on to number 5. Now, my number 5 has been a game that's been out for 4 years. We talked about it a little bit earlier in the podcast, I think, anyway. Could be wrong. Rainbow Six Siege. Peaks of the week down below. Go check it out. I love Siege, dude. It's been a game that's been evolving for years. I mean, if you look, I wish they would add a base operators, year one operators into the game, because if you look back at old Siege, awesome, way different concept. It's so cool. Siege is just an awesome game. You guys want to, if you haven't played it, go try it out, because they have like some sort of deal on it.
Yeah,
from
they
what
do.
I've heard on Xbox.
Like the complete, they have everything, $60.
Yeah, that's cake.
Everything.
Yeah, that's
And
honestly a steal.
If you guys ain't checked his videos out, God, he is a god killer at that game.
Damn.
Man, those peaks. Man, I
Peaks
wish.
of the week.
I mean, it's like Counter-Strike, but like on steroids.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
I mean, there's so many more like equipment and stuff, and everybody has a character class that has it, Rogan.
It's awesome. You guys, we're just now getting Dexter into it, by the way, and he loves it. So
Right.
now, what's your number 5, buddy?
So my number 5, we're going to keep it near the Spyro, is the Crash Bandicoot series.
Good old Crash Bandicoot.
Crash
now,
Bandicoot.
they redid that one, didn't they?
Yes,
Didn't they
and the
remaster it?
Spyro. They remastered,
They
both
remastered
of them.
Spyro. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
God,
So the reason why I put these games in there because when I was younger, around between 6 or 7 or 8, I played those games on the PS1 a lot of times. Sometimes I didn't, like, I remember, like, one time I didn't have a memory card. So I would sit there and play it all day to beat the game. And just sit there for like 5 or 6 hours to beat the game. If I was like on a weekend where I didn't have school, I would just sit there.
Speed run.
I really did.
That was the big thing back in the day.
Yeah, it
People
was.
still do it.
So that's my Crash Bandicoot game. I mean, everybody knows Crash and Spyro,
Yeah,
so
how
I
do
don't
you
really
not know
have
Crash?
to
Exactly. You don't really have to
explain
explain it too
myself.
much.
But
Right.
he'll have links down below.
Of course, for every one of these games, for
Exactly.
sure. Now, my number 4, it's oddly enough came out to be For Honor. So I love For Honor. I played it for, I can't even tell you how. It's been at least a year. You know, I love For Honor. If you guys haven't played that game, it's a really unique game. I honestly didn't want to buy it when it first came out, but love it. It's in my top 5 games of all time for a reason, because it's legit. Even if you don't like the gameplay, the game itself is just gorgeous. Like, it just looks beautiful.
Yep. I haven't really got to play it yet, even though I got it for free on Xbox. But I have not played, and they just recently gave it for PS4 for free.
Right, yeah.
And I just really haven't got. I didn't really have.
I think it's actually
friends playing with.
I think
so
it's
didn't
this
know.
month's free game, so it should still be free for now. But
Yes.
it's going to be gone at the end of February. So if you guys want it, go get it downloaded.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a free game. It's a banger game. I've seen footage of him play. He just slays people with it. So
God Conqueror.
God Conqueror for sure. So that was number 4.
That's my number 4. So what's your number 4, buddy?
So my number 4 is going to be Titanfall 1.
Ooh, God, love Titanfall. Dude.
Because the reason why I say Titanfall 1, because when it came out, it changed the shooter industry, just like how Fortnite did, because Call of Duty didn't have
you
wall
know
running.
they tried to copy them. You know that the Call of Duty tried to copy Titanfall.
Yes,
you know they did.
Because they said, Titanfall is just for Xbox One. Okay, well, we're going to make a game that has almost the same abilities and be on all the consoles.
And be clunkier and terrible.
Yeah. So Titanfall 1, that's probably one of the newer shooters of this age genre that I've actually grinded for. Actually,
Yes.
the other shooters that's been out, I've maybe prestiged once, but on that Titanfall, I prestiged like 6-7 times.
And Apex is actually made by the same developers as Titanfall, so
Yep.
that explains why the guns are so god tier.
Yep, and it's actually taken a little bit of place after Titanfall 2 in the storyline
I know,
too.
dude. I've heard rumors, and I hope they do it, that they actually add in the Titan mode. Like some sort of Titan mode to
God.
like Apex.
Big nut.
Like just like a limited time mode for sure. I mean, or they could have it, full time.
Yes.
But that would be so sick.
Yeah.
Oh, Titanfall 2 is god. By the way.
It is.
Titanfall 1, I didn't really play because it was
Xbox exclusive. Yeah.
But Titanfall 2, god game.
Yep. So that's mine.
That's number 4. So let's go ahead and move on to number 3. Now mine, oddly enough, I didn't even notice this, is Killzone 3. Killzone 3, dude, I don't know.
game.
It's basically like the Halo equivalent to PlayStation.
Yes.
And I played that. I can't even tell you the amount of hours I put into Killzone 3 with no more. Like, we played that so many days. Like, just get home after school and we're like, Killzone 3. And the story to that game is amazing. And the gunplay, sick. Like, it's honestly like, it reminds me a lot of what Titanfall kind of was, but I don't know. You just have to see it. Now I'll put gameplay down in the description below so you guys can see that for sure. But what's your number 3, Bonnie?
My number 3 is going to be a PS1 game,
Okay.
Twisted Metal 2.
Oh, okay.
It's
Never played it.
a car shooter. It's just a bunch of destruction. Like it's actually, wow, I didn't actually think about this till now. It's actually almost like a battle royale for like shooters, for car shooters. So every Twisted Metal game has some kind of like it's a kind of like a horrific background. Like there's about 12.
Twisted, right?
Yeah, it's
I mean,
Twisted Metal. I mean, everybody's twisted. There's a killer clown that shoots like bomb ice creams at people and stuff like that. There's some like a Twisted Metal 2 you'll have links down below of like an Indy car, and a special, like everybody has a special move. The Indy car for her is like a big tornado. So if she gets close to people, she can pick them up in a tornado and sling them around and throw them off the map.
God tier.
I mean, Mr. Slam was a big giant like excavator type thing, and he'd go up to you up to your car, and he would just grab you and smash you until you just blow up to a million pieces. It's just basically a battle royale game where everybody come together on this map, and you would just destroy each other, and whoever the last vehicle is there alive wins. I mean, it's a simple plot, but that game took
Battle
a
Royale
lot of
before it was cool.
That actually was. If I was Twisted Metal, I'd be actually thinking about like, we did it first, but they probably haven't even thought about that.
Yeah. Well, who knows if the developers are even
God,
still...
Twisted Metal. Oh my God. Sony, if you're listening to me, Twisted
Bring
Metal
it back.
BR. Twisted Metal BR. You don't have to have like 100 cars on the big map. Just have like 20 cars on the map.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a ton.
And just go around and kill it, and the last one wins. It's simple. Look, money. Easy money. So
Easy
do
money.
it. Do it.
Take my money.
Yes.
But that was number 3. So, number 2 for me is, oddly enough, going to be The Division. I loved everything about The Division when I first went into it. Like, it's so complex. Like, the way that you have to mod your characters out, and you have to actually care what you put into your skills. And, like, it's so cool. Like, I watch my streams on it all the time, and it's just like, man, I love this game. And it's definitely been, like, I knew after I played it for, like, a few months, I was like, man, this is already, like, top 5 games of all time for me. And it's got to be number 2 for me. And Division 2 is coming out soon. I actually did a stream on that. And there's an actual open beta. I don't know if you knew about this.
Yes,
open beta for the Division 2 coming out, I think it's the 1st or the 5th.
Yep.
Could be wrong. But there you go. Open beta. If you guys want to try it out, it's different, but it's very similar to the first Division. And I love the Division.
Hey, you know what? If it's just like the first one, but a little bit better, then why fix something that ain't broke?
Right.
I mean, just make it a little bit better, tweak it, new game.
And this one's in Washington, D.C. The old one's in New York City. But
perfect.
it's the bomb. You guys should check it out for sure if you haven't.
So my number 2 is Metal Gear Solid franchise.
Okay.
Did you ever play any of the Metal Gear Solids?
I did not play the Metal Gear Solid.
They're very political and stuff too. There's a lot of military background stuff, I guess, like conspiracies and all this other stuff.
Oh, is that the one that's like the meme where he like goes up to the grave at the end of it?
Yes. Metal Gear games are god tiers. Oh my God.
I've heard a lot of praise for them.
That's probably one thing that, like, it seems like when I was younger, I was a whole lot better gamer. I don't know, maybe I got an adult and I just, like, all the games now are easier.
Oh yeah, they're watered down.
They're
so
very
they can
watered
get the
down.
big,
Simple
like,
controls. Yeah. Like back in the day, you had to actually have skill to play games, and now it's just kind of like press square to do 5 things. It's just mind blowing. But Metal Gear Solid franchise, the first one on PS1 was like I think one of the first games besides Final Fantasy probably had like multiple discs, like 3 discs to a game. And I remember playing all those games growing up. So that's my number 2, short and sweet, Metal Gear Solid.
Okay, well, before we get to our number 1, I want to go ahead and throw in that bonus one that I remember, dude. Okay. And I don't even know how I forgot about this one, dude, because it was like, it might be up there in my top 5 for real now that I think about it. Zoo Tycoon. I played the shit out of that as a kid, dude. I played that game so much. Like, I even downloaded it on this computer. You can see it right there. I just loved everything about that game. Like, the customization to it. And I was a kid, of course. I love animals. Don't get me... Like, that was my thing. Loved animals. And then I got to go out and build a park. Oh, nut. And I had dinosaurs. I had the dinosaur digs, the marine mania, and the actual Zoo Tycoon itself. And it is broken. Like, play all those together, and it's just amazing. Like, it was before its time, honestly.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So, you had a bonus one. I'm going to have a short bonus one.
Oh, yes.
Double bonus.
Double bonus.
Woo! Ding, 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 ding. Bells going off. Okay, so, my bonus, you just had one. Why didn't I have this in my top 10 list? It's what I do. Pokemon Go!
Yeah, oh yeah, dude, you have to have Pokemon Go.
Oh my God,
how do you not have Pokemon Go? That's your channel.
That's my channel. Jesus, my life is like, if I'm not working or hanging out with Logan or anything, I'm playing Pokemon Go. And if I'm not, it's like
even sometimes when he's working.
Yeah, I play Pokemon Go everywhere. Just, I mean, that game has changed my life.
Yeah,
I have met so many more new friends online, like people. If you guys are listening to this, they come in my stream, make me feel good, and I go to their streams. Everybody's just a big, open, loving
honestly
community.
Just a really positive community.
I
haven't seen any toxicity from it at all.
Everybody's like, spreading like, hey, subs and likes. Everybody, sometimes you'll get a couple people in there that's kind of weird, but then, the mods take care of that, and everybody is so positive. The whole group online is just amazing. Which I've got, as of right now, to this date, 228 subs. And Poke Girl 7 came up here, and we made a video together. And God bless her.
Shameless plug.
Hashtag shameless plug. Got some Poke Girl merch. We will be making a video about that.
Yeah, we do have a video on plan in store for sure.
Yeah, Pokemon Go has changed my life for sure.
Oh, yeah, and it honestly was one of the biggest community games, like, worldwide for sure.
Yeah, it's not as super big as it was. But the people...
When it first came out, I know that everybody was playing
Everybody played it.
Yeah.
Because the servers were having so much trouble keeping up with everybody. Mm-hmm. And now it has went down, which I'm glad it has calmed down to like the people who actually like the game in general or like Pokemon in general. And I like the game and Pokemon in general. I love the people that I meet. I've made so many new friends, like I said earlier. So that game has changed my life. And that is my channel. It's Pokemon Go content. I love making it. I love making content for that. It's so fun.
And it's cool because it gets you out in the world.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the coolest aspects. Yeah. Like, you're not sitting at home playing it. You're actually going out and usually burning calories. Walking around or, just doing anything. Yep. Or you ride around with your friends and just hang out. But, think back to even just to get nostalgic, I used to ride around with my friends in high school and just, go play Pokemon Go. Like, hey, you guys want to do something? Like, go play Pokemon or something?
It's a chill game. Now there's so much to it. There's PvP, there's trading.
Oh, yeah, they just added that in, too. Not too long ago.
I mean, so there's a lot to do in the game now. Now people are having tournaments and stuff like that. So it has brought the community together for sure, and we are just having a blast in that game.
That's sick, dude.
Yeah,
I love it.
But
our number one. Well, would you like to go first, or do you want me to go ahead and do it, dude?
I'll go ahead and go first.
I'm very interested to know what your favorite game of all time is.
Well, my favorite game of all time is another game just kind of like Pokemon Go, but this is a mid-2000s game.
Okay.
And Cody, you'll love me for this, is the Halo franchise.
Oh, of course. I mean, how did I blank on that? I should have known. I should have been expecting it the whole time.
Yeah, Halo is like one of the first games I ever played like on console as a shooter. And that was done perfect. Perfect story. 1, 2, and 3, perfect story. 4 and 5 is kind of... 4 and 5 is kind of because it's kind of like the George Lucas movies of Star Wars of like the actual 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they're prequels, I guess.
Sorry. I'm sorry. 4, 5, and 6 of Star Wars. Those are the God ones. The old... sorry, guys. Don't grill me in the comments. But the old Star Wars, I was sitting there thinking, the old movies of Star Wars is kind of like Halo, like 1, 2, and 3. They're perfect.
That's awesome.
The story, I know you never got to play them.
I never played it, never watched any gameplay of it.
Oh, God. Maybe one day I will bring my Xbox.
We will do a video on it if he ever brings his...
yes.
When you do it,
yeah,
we'll make a video on it.
Heck, you can even do a live stream with it. Just play through the campaign.
Play Halo 3.
and we'll split screen it.
That would be sick.
Like the good old days. We're going to bring back the good old days when people actually had to come to people's houses and split screen games and have fun.
Man, those were the days, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. So, I mean, the story, you'll link it down below, of course.
Right, of course. Yeah.
But that's my game.
Okay, well, this one's going to go a little bit off the walls. So, I don't know if you've ever played this game, but this game was my childhood. If it wasn't Guitar Hero or Zoo Tycoon or whatever, this game I played, I don't even know how many hours as a kid I put into this game. I played this story so many times. Peter Jackson's King Kong. I played the shit. I'm saying that about Zoo Tycoon, but I'm talking about that game. The shit out of that game.
Right.
I could 100% almost tell you the exact chronological order of the episodes, like the separate levels. I could tell you what's going to happen. I know it just like that because I just played it so many... I played through it so many times, dude. Loved that game. It's a PS2 game, by the way.
Yeah.
And they even had it for Xbox 360.
Yeah, they did.
So... who knows? I do have an Xbox 360. So, who knows? There might be a little bit of a playthrough coming through soon. A little throwback Thursday.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I'll bring the Xbox over and we can...
Oh, dude. I loved that game. And there are a lot of games, like even Zoo Tycoon came out on, Xbox.
Yes.
Bring it to PlayStation. But I love playing, that game for sure. That game 100% easily my top my very best game of all time.
Yeah, that was a good list from both of us.
That was, and I want to thank you guys for coming out for sure. And like we want to know exactly what you guys are thinking too. If you guys, did you agree with this list? Tell us in the comments. But this is T Slayers YT. That is his YouTube, and you can also check him out on Twitter. Of course, it'll be in the thumbnail and description. But do you got anything else you want to plug before we get over?
No, we have had a blast.
It's been an awesome podcast. Now, it went over, a little bit, but who cares, man? I loved it. It was great every little bit.
It was
but
awesome.
I'm going to go ahead and finish this out here if you're okay with that. But if you guys did enjoy this GODPOD, be sure to hit the like button below. Comment, rate, subscribe. Do what you guys do, and we'll see you guys in the next one.